Hello everyone, the Flying Scotsman here. Welcome to the Christmas Eve episode of the Flying Scotsman Christmas. I have some bad news, unfortunately. Today's video was supposed to be about the Compact Presario 4620, which was donated to me back in the summer. Unfortunately, I went to switch on the machine yesterday. I did some work on it, powered it off because I was feeling a bit tired, and then came back to it later. When I powered it on again, I got nothing. No power, no life, nothing. You might just think, well, so what? Just, fit a new power supply to it and be on your way. Unfortunately, however, it's a proprietary power supply of which there are currently none on eBay, at least in the UK. Just can't find a power supply for the machine at all. Just not happening. So what I've done is I've just kind of put it away in my wardrobe for now, until I decide, what is my next plan. Hopefully in the new year we'll get to find out what it is. I do have a few ideas, some of which I've been discussing with Road Geek and lmull3. So yeah, hopefully we get to find out what those are at some point not too far away. Even I don't know what I'm planning yet, so I can't let you guys know, unfortunately. However, I did promise you all a Pentium 2 compact, so here's a Pentium 2 compact. It's the Compact Armada 1750, and it has a Pentium 2 processor. Who would have ever thought? It's a 300 megahertz Pentium 2 processor, and it is a compact. Okay, it's not a Presario, but it is a compact with a Pentium 2 processor in it. Okay, so now we've looked at that. So, moving swiftly on, we have a box. Now, at the time I was planning TFS Christmas, I didn't actually realise that this box was going to be here this early. Well, it is, and actually I'm glad. What this is a package from, actually it's from sansui350a, and it came via lmull3. So sansui350a, he had a couple of things that he wanted to send me, which is very, very decent actually of him. Really appreciate that. And one of the things in here is something that I ordered on eBay actually a couple of weeks ago, was it? Anyway, I actually, because it was coming from America and it was going to cost quite a lot to ship it over to me here, I decided to actually send it to lmull3's place and have him ship it with the rest of all this, which was and he agreed to do that for me, which was good. I'm really glad. So we do have a menagerie of things in here. Now lmull3 had been meaning to send me some stuff out quite a while ago, but unfortunately it was going to cost him too much to send it all. But there still has needed to be a package. Well, obviously, this was always going to be an eventuality that I would get some kind of package anyway. Originally, it was going to be sending me out a Desk Pro 2000, which would have been donated from Matthew H. 16. But the shipping was way too expensive. So I just said, you know what, leave it. Why don't you see if you can get some use out of it? Unfortunately, the machine, it just really wasn't that useful. even for him, so it's now being parted out and recycled, unfortunately. But hey ho, you know, these things happen. Anyway, enough of my jibber jabber. Let's get this unboxed, okay? Now, of course, even though it is Christmas Eve, well, at the time of publication of this video it is anyway. It's still the 15th of December here. Oh look, Jay's actually recorded some Christmas videos in December. Yeah. Even though it's Christmas Eve where you guys are, the usual precautions still apply. Unless of course you're watching it on another day that's not Christmas Eve, but you know, even more so, usual precautions still apply. You've got to make sure that you tick the usual safety parameters as set out by this channel. So first of all, you need a cup of tea, obviously. Next, if you're the sort of person who thinks that it's a good thing that net neutrality was repealed, then, well actually, if you're the sort of person who thinks net neutrality being repealed was actually a good thing, then you probably don't even know, you're probably not even aware of your surroundings now, so anything I say will just kind of go completely over your head because you won't understand. Well, you probably just won't have the intellectual capability to actually understand anything. And, you know, for those people who think that net neutrality's repeal was a good idea and, you know, think that Ajit Pai is doing a great job, you know, if you feel like you're sitting in something that feels like shepherd's pie, that isn't shepherd's pie. Get your carer to change you. Now for the rest of us, we're going to be using some scissors to open this box. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to open the box here first, and then I'm going to open it, yeah, right down the middle. You know, I find that a lot with life. If you want to get into something, you've got to kind of get in right in, you know, between the middle of it. If you don't understand what this means, I'll tell you when you're older. Oh, yes. Okay, so what do we have in here? Well, we have a bunch of air bubbles from America. Don't breathe these. They're from America. Okay, so there's quite a lot of thingies in here. I'm just going to check that there's no addresses or any incriminating evidence on any of these packages before throwing them on video. Anyway, so first things first, here's a power supply. Now this goes to a, well, we'll see. Actually, we'll see in a minute what it goes to. Again, I'm gonna just kind of cut it open here. Just be careful not to nick any bell or momentum underneath. Okay. So it's obviously it's got an American plug on it, but that's not going to be a problem. So I can always attach a UK plug. It's just a Just a standard boombox cord. It's a power supply to what sansui350a might refer to as a Fujitsu. Okay. Next thing is, well, it's a padded envelope. It's not as thin as a regular kind of manila envelope, so I know what this isn't. What this isn't is a MacBook Air, obviously. But instead of talking about what it ain't, why don't I try and find out what it am? Ah, yes. Well, I'm proud to be an American, where at least I think I'm free. Oh, jeez, oh. Ugh. Envelope smoke. Don't breathe this. So this is a nice little case, actually. Oh, look. Creative Learning Series, compact for stereo. Now, this was the item I actually ordered on eBay. That's actually been boxed in. So, compact branded case. So, you know, we could all have a wee look at something. Compact for stereo Learning Series. Install me first! So we've got disc 1, let's make a word, get set to learn, reading to, maths workshop, or math workshop, these are American, so it's just math in America. They don't say maths, they say math. So everyone all together now, just the one. Lime, where in time is Carmen Sandiego? Nice. Disney Blast Fun Learning. Install the magic today. Where in time is Carmen Sandiego? Williams Sonoma Good Cooking. And then Broderband Windows 95 Power Macintosh. Yep. You know, I hate those times when you kind of wake up in the morning and your compact pro stereo suddenly transfigured itself into a Power Mac. At least then you know these you know, some of these discs will still work when that happens. You know, I mean, that really can be quite something. Oregon Trail 3 on 3 CDs for some reason. Algebra 1 by the Learning Company. Inside the Act, the Princeton Review. Princeton? No, I'm kidding on. That was a reference to The Simpsons. I have nothing against really any Ivy League school in America. Inside the SAT. Oh, and then we've got Corel Word Perfect 8. Nice. Hoyle Classic Board Games. Then we've got French. This could be French for everyone. Again on 3 discs. Compact, exclusive compact customers get 1 year of Disney's Blast. Oh, that's nice. Number of compact machines I've owned since I started collecting. I think I should get an unlimited subscription to Blast. You reckon? Rand McNally, New Millennium, something. Then we've got registration slip for Corel. And then we've got National Geographic the 90s. And then National Geographic the 90s, National Geographic the 90s. So it's quite an interesting selection of software there. So that's quite nice. Now, here's something that I'm looking forward to, and you guys will get to find out what it is in a wee minty. Jim's Cravens. Alright, so here we are. This is something that Sansui promised me. This is an Nvidia Shield. It's the first one. And naturally I have no idea how I go about opening it, but I'm going to give it a shot. Oh wow, look at that. So it's basically kind of feels like an Xbox controller. And I kind of like it actually. It's kind of a cute wee form factor. I'm glad I'm getting this because I'll definitely be taking it to Penumbra with me. I'm gonna throw loads of emulators at it and then just get to play some games. So yeah, and apparently this does work with Lineage OS. Does the Nvidia Shield, so that is good. I'll be able to install that and then install the Nvidia software back on it, and then I'll at least have an up-to-date version of Android. I'm not going to try and power it up just yet because this stuff is very cold because the weather's been quite cold. So to have a look at the I/O, we have a memory card slot. I believe that's mini HDMI. We've got micro USB charging and a headphone jack. So, I think I'm definitely going to buy a micro SD card for this at some point, probably sooner rather than later. Might get one in town, if I'm in town tomorrow or anything. So there you have it, Nvidia Shield. Looking forward to that. I'm going to have to try and get a case for it as well. And now for the last thing to unbox today. A Fujitsu convertible. And this is going to come in very handy because I do sometimes do artistic things for Aberdeen Action on Disability. This has got a Core i3, it's Windows 7. It's a Fujitsu. And Sansui put a 180GB SSD in here for me. Because he was sick of me not having an SSD. Oh well. I'm not going to complain, but it's a lot like the Toshiba M400 that I used to have, in that we've got, it kind of, the screen folds up and goes on the other side, so, it's basically then becomes a tablet, and it's probably about the size of, it's about the size of a netbook, or a, just a regular tablet from nowadays, so it's kind of like, well, Road Geek called it the Covfefe Book 2.0. I really like this though. I genuinely do. I think it's a cute little machine. Again, I want to maybe get a bag for this. This is nice. This is very nice. Very nice. So I will be doing in-depth videos of all of these items in the new year. I can't really power any of them up yet because, like I said, I mean, it's a bit they're a bit cold. I really need to acclimatise them to the room temperature. You know, because these devices have travelled halfway around the world. You know, in probably less than warm places. So there, this has a stylus on it and is attached by a piece of string. Nice. What I am trying to do is the pen doesn't seem to click in. So let's have a look at some of the I/O on this thing. Well, I do have it anyway. That would be not such a bad idea, I think. So on the left we have the power jack. Of course we do have the power cord. We've got an USB port, a vent, smart card reader, excuse me, SD card reader, and then on the front we have headphone and microphone ports. Not sure which one's which at this moment. We have a release latch for the pen. Then on this side we have another vent. Then we've got another wee USB port, Ethernet, and VGA out. And on the back we have, what is that actually? It's an HDMI out. Would you look at that? That's kind of nice that they've actually given me that. So there you have it. All of the items I got in this unboxing. So I would like to obviously extend a very big thank you to lmull3 and of course to sansui350a. You know, all the parts here came from sansui350a. lmull3 shipped them to me. You know, so I really appreciate what he's done. So that is absolutely fantastic. Can't wait to get stuck into these items. Probably will do at some point today. But as for now, I think I'm going to wrap things up here. No pun intended, actually, given it's Christmas Eve. I will say though, it's like I said before, it's not Christmas Eve on this video. Well, it's not Christmas Eve at the time of recording. It is in fact the 15th of December. But already I have wrapped more than 2 fucking presents. At your end it's Christmas Eve, and I've wrapped more than 2 fucking presents. I know some of you will get that reference, and those of you who do are probably my friend. Anyway, I've blethered on for long enough, so please join me tomorrow for the last episode of The Flying Scotsman Christmas. Thank you.